I'm going to show you 2 ways to get from the overworld to the end in survival Minecraft. First way works best if you have a single player world and access to the world's seed. First, you just get your seed, copy it and put it into chunk-based seed map. Once there, you copy in your seed and then select the map to show where strongholds are. Once you've got the coordinates, you just want to go to that location, dig straight down until you find the stronghold, and then explore around with a bunch of torches until you find the end portal. Once you find the end portal room, take your Eyes of Ender, because you probably need to fill in a few of these little portal blocks here, and your end portal will ignite and you can hop on through. But what if you don't have a massive abundance of Eyes of Ender? Or perhaps if you don't have the world seed? That's the situation I'm in when I play on the SMP. If I try to get the seed, I get told off. So I'm swapping my Elytra for a chest plate, and we're going to find out how to get to the end just as Mojang intended. The way that Mojang want you to find portals is using Eyes of Ender, which is handy because that's also what you need to light the end portal. To get Eyes of Ender, you need blaze powder and you need ender pearls. Blaze powder comes from blazes, which are found in the nether. Endermen are found both in the overworld and the nether, but they're slightly easier to find in the nether. So all of our signs are pointing towards needing to go to the nether. Now, I already have a nether portal over there. And if you want to know how I got that nether portal from starting from the very beginning of Minecraft, then you should watch the video I made on the perfect start to Minecraft. However, I can't really use this portal because I can't really get down without an Elytra. So instead, I'm going to build a nether portal at the other end of my base area here. Oh good, it's the worst biome. Okay, that's much nicer down there. I might actually move it so that I can get over there, because this is the same biome where you actually want ender. Look, there's a couple over there. Aha! One ender pearl. I've been able to get another couple of ender pearls, but it's a slow and annoying process, and we might have to think of something else later. For now, I'm going to have a little wander around and see if I can find myself a nether fortress, because if I can find a nether fortress, I can kill a few blazes. I could probably get all the blaze powder that I'm going to need. Crimson Forest, a wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious. There's never fortress over there. So we are literally just going to cheese it. We are right on the edge of the spawn bit, so as soon as we take a step back, it stops, but step forward and it'll start spawning. Run in, grab the blaze rods, run out. It's going incredibly well. We are back from the nether and we have 40 blaze powder to our name. We want to combine that with 40 ender pearls, probably could get away with a few fewer, to get as many Eyes of Ender as we possibly can. Eyes of Ender will float off in the direction of the nearest stronghold, and they can be used to guide you there if you use them again and again and again. The reason we want so many is because they have a 10% chance of breaking every time you use them to guide you in a certain direction. So I have an abundance of blaze powder, but I do not have enough ender pearls. So what's the solution for that? It is these horrible, horrible things. Villagers, when given the cleric trade, will trade you ender pearls for emeralds. So we have a little villager set up here, and I've got 3 clerics in there. I went back to the nether to pick up a few more blaze rods just so I could make those, and I have been trading with these to try and unlock the ender pearl trade. And I have plenty of emeralds to trade because I have been doing so previously, but to be honest, it's not very difficult to get enough emeralds in this stage of the game, even if you haven't been to the end yet. All you need is to trade your rotten flesh with your clerics, and you can do that using a mob farm like this one, or you can trade crops with farmer villagers using a melon and pumpkin farm like this. You can also trade with an iron farm like this one. And if you would like a video on how to go from no villagers to have a full trading setup, then let me know and I will make sure that I make one soon. But as it is, we now have another 22 ender pearls which can be combined with the blaze powder to give us a bunch more Eyes of Ender. So I've been collecting a few more Ender Pearls, and I think, along with some other things I've collected, I'm ready to start looking for the Stronghold and entering the end, including a few things in this shulker box which are going to be really useful once we get there. Earlier when I threw the first Eye of Ender, then it took me roughly in this direction, so I'm going to swim out a few hundred blocks. Nice fun little trick is if you swim just at the surface, you get all the benefits of swimming, but you never run out of breath. Being on a server is sometimes very handy, because if you are a complete flipping idiot and forget to bring a bed, then someone will sleep through the night for you. Bring a bed when you're doing this. I've overshot it. It's somewhere over in this direction and I came from over there, so I have gone too far. This is good. This is good. It means I don't need to go like many millions, thousands of blocks. Okay, this is a good time to do another check. Oh, I overshot it again. Okay. Back in this direction. So I came from over there and it was in this direction. I've now been put back, which means it's probably somewhere underneath here. That's pretty annoying. So this last one was somewhere over this direction. Let's try this one and see where it goes. Okay, it still goes this way. Nothing much left to do, but just dig and hope for the best. So easy to miss a stronghold. Or we could get incredibly lucky. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, there's quite a few missing, so it's a good job I brought 36. I probably didn't need that many. Into the end we go. To beat the Ender Dragon in Minecraft, you need to firstly break these end crystals at the top of the obsidian pillars. You'll want a bow with infinity so you don't run out of arrows, and you can shoot most of these fairly safely. However, try to avoid angering Endermen while you do so, and also avoid the dragon breath projectile that the dragon will shoot at you if you stay still for too long. So keep on moving. They leave lingering dragon's breath on the ground, so don't be like me. Remember bottles to collect some. If an Enderman does latch onto you like an aggressively enthusiastic stalker, then use buckets to keep them at bay, and then put down boats to catch them and kill them safely. As well as the projectiles, the dragon will also directly strike you and throw you in the air, so make sure you've got feather falling on your boots and practice the bucket clutch. Once the last uncaged end crystal is destroyed, you then need to pillar up to the others and hopefully not get knocked off by the dragon, and then break them open. Once all these crystals are all destroyed, the dragon is pretty easy to kill, to be honest. Hitting it with arrows now damages it permanently, and when it perches on the bedrock fountain, you can hit it with your sword. It usually only takes a few cycles like this before you completely kill it. Well done. So this dragon fight did not take place on server SMP because the dragon fight has already taken place there. But it should be a good guide for how to fight the dragon and get the dragon egg. So let's head back to the SMP, enter the end there so we can take a look at the mystery box and how it's going to help us get the Elytra. Inside the mystery box is a way to go through to the end islands, but also without it being dangerous. Just very slow. And also brought in some rockets as well, so when we find an Elytra, it's going to be way easier to get back. While I'm waiting for the ghast, it occurred to me, what happens if you put an Eye of Ender and set it off at the end? You literally just can't. Oh, here he is. Oh, it's, I don't know. Oh my god, they're so cute. They are so cute. Now just gotta wait for you to grow up so I can put your harness on and you can help me go across the void. My god, this is ridiculously cute. For a happy ghast to grow up takes another 20 minutes and I've already been waiting a while. So I guess to do this you're going to need to be a doctor because you need a lot of patience. Now we're rolling and now we will start the very slow journey over to the end islands and hopefully find ourselves on the Elytra. Hopefully find ourselves past these obsidian pillars. Okay, we're very slowly loading in the end islands. Now I've actually just got to, find a end city. It does not have the boat. Next one. Okay, another end city, but this one also doesn't have a boat. There'll be another one. We have another one. Does this have a boat? Looks like the launch pad to one. Yeah, we have a boat. Now, has it been pillaged by other people on the server? I see I have a problem with this. Might as well grab the shulker shells while I'm here. Oh, we are in luck. Ladies and gentlemen, our first pair of wings from our quest to get to the end. Now, obviously, you wouldn't have shulker boxes doing this for the first time. You just take fireworks. However, I wanted a little bit of mystery when I got the mystery box. So now I'm going to find one of the portals and I'm going to get myself back to the overworld. in trying to find my way out, I have found another one. Goodbye. Thank you. Made my way back to the overworld, back to my base, and I hope that this has been useful in showing you that you can get to the end. Somehow it seems that only around 10% of people who play Minecraft have ever been to the end, and that is just kind of baffling to me, even though there are not many compelling reasons to get an Elytra outside of transport. It is still a very fun way to access the game. It is just so incredibly fast compared to other methods of transport that for me it's hard to play the game without it. And even just a short amount of time that I was in the end for, I was able to get 3 Elytra in total. This entire area is going to be my base, and having an Elytra to get around from one side to the other quickly just speeds up the entire building process. And if you want some tips on how to build on a large scale like this, then I made a very well received video recently that goes through exactly how to do this.